What if I told you that Canada doesn't really have a housing shortage? We've got a home building collapse, and no one's admitting it. Builders are freezing projects. Workers are getting laid off by the thousands. And when you look at the numbers, you start to see a pattern that honestly is a bit scary. Hi everyone, my name is Diloshan and welcome back to Real Estate Watch. Today we're breaking down what's really happening to home constructions in Canada. Why the slowdown isn't just about high interest rates, and who's quietly reshaping the entire housing system right under our noses. So stick around because the numbers I'm about to show you, builders don't even want to talk about them. So we keep hearing about housing shortage, but what we're actually seeing is a shift in what's being built and who it's being built for. Across Canada, right now, there are about 102,000 purpose-built rental units under construction. And that's almost equal to the total number of new condos and single-family homes combined. So this isn't just a tilt toward rentals. This is a full-blown pivot. We're no longer building homes for people to own. We're building assets for investors to hold. And let's go city by city so you can see it clearly. For example, in Toronto, single-family homes are down 14.5%. Condos are down about 14.7%, and rentals are up 14.8%. And in Vancouver, single-family homes are down 12.8%, condos are down 5.8%, and rentals are still rising. Calgary and Edmonton, for example, ownership housing is flat, but rental construction is up over 40%. So that's not random. That's a national pattern. And builders are following the money. And the money is in rentals right now. Why? Because they're safer to finance. When you've got institutional investors and pension funds backing you, you don't need to worry about pre-sales or appraisals. You just build, lease, and collect the rent. And here's what builders themselves are saying. The Canadian Home Builders Association runs something called the Housing Market Index. It's basically a mood check for the industry. So 71% say that high mortgage rate and strict qualification rules are hurting their sales. 87% of them are saying that they're worried about the future, and 35% already laid off workers, and most don't even plan to rehire anytime soon. So that's not a slowdown, that's an industry in retreat. They're not sugarcoating it anymore. They know people simply can't qualify to buy. So where's all the money going? Well, straight into institutional rentals. Pension funds, REITs, and private equity firms. They're the ones funding these new constructions now. And they don't want to sell units. They want to own the entire buildings and collect rent forever. And most of these projects aren't even local anymore. They're backed by massive corporations. Often, they're foreign investors who care about returns and not community. So what happens now? Well, we end up with smaller, faster to build rental apartments and fewer homes that real people can actually buy. Now let's talk about why builders are pulling back. It costs roughly about $65,000 more to build a 2,400 square foot home today than it did in early 2020. And that's before you even add land, interest, permits, and other fees. On top of that, tariffs are raising material prices. Permit delays are killing timelines, and the new GST rebate only applies to homes under $1 million, which is basically useless in Toronto or Vancouver. So, it's no surprise when the math doesn't work, builders stop building. Now, if you zoom out, here's what's really happening. The government and financial systems are quietly re-engineering the housing market, away from ownership towards lifelong renting. Across cities like Toronto, Halifax, Edmonton, most of these new apartment projects are rentals, not condos. It looks like more supply, but we're creating a generation of tenants and not homeowners. So what do we do now with all of this? Well, if you're a renter, pay attention to who owns your building. Because these big corporate landlords, they're not thinking about your comfort, they're thinking about their quarterly returns. And if you're an investor, rentals will stay the safer play. But the flipping game, that's fading fast. And if you're trying to buy, don't lose hope. But you've got to get smart and strategic, because true ownership opportunities are becoming rare. So, 10 years ago, Builders actually designed homes for families, homes with real kitchens, living rooms, and backyards. Places built for connection. Now they're getting 300 square foot boxes that barely fit a couch. So my question is, how does a family in that space host Thanksgiving or Christmas? So it's not just about space, it's about what we're being told to accept and what we're being told to give up. And honestly, I don't think we should be silent about it, because when homes stop being places for people to gather, they stop being homes and start being investment assets. Anyways, that's all for today. If this opened your eyes a bit, hit that like button and drop a comment below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.